Every Monday, the youth of Rio meet at Pedra do Sal in the city centre, a neighbourhood steeped in history, a symbol of Afro-Brazilian resistance. A great place for Dani Balbi, a black transgender candidate, to search for support.
I'm the first transgender woman, professor and doctor at the Federal University of Rio.
Dani Balbi wants to fight for education, the LGBT community, the rights of favela dwellers, but above all, for more diversity on the benches of the Assembly.
Finally, someone to represent us. The other candidates talk but do nothing. You're going to do it because I know you and you're going to rock.
Beautiful, thank you.
It's the first time that there are so many candidates from the LGBT community in a country that holds the sad record of murdering more transgender people than anywhere else in the world. According to the NGO Transgender Europe, since 2008, 40% of the murders of trans people worldwide have taken place in Brazil.
How are you, trans deputy?
Dani Balbi meets Indiana Reis Siqueira, who's also running for a position as a Member of Parliament, a transgender activist who's received multiple death threats.
Transgender people are the first to be rejected by society, to be incarcerated. So this violence is already part of our lives. It has always affected us. But in a period like this, it takes on more intense proportions. I had to take security precautions. Have been on the front line for years.
This violence against minorities even takes place inside the Rio Assembly. A few months ago, this far-right deputy attacked a transgender elected woman in the middle of a parliamentary session.
He looks like a Beelzebub demon, an aberration of nature, this creature.
According to a study by the Federal University of the State of Rio, political violence has increased by 335% since the election of President Bolsonaro 4 years ago, with politicians suffering verbal and physical attacks, kidnappings and even murders. But despite the dangers, there have never been so many candidates looking to represent minorities. Among them is Sonia Guajajara, an indigenous woman running for federal deputy. Campaigning in São Paulo, she's defending the rights of indigenous people, which she argues have been violated under Bolsonaro's government.
We are experiencing a genocide of indigenous people, because the denial of our lands is also a death sentence for our identity. It's time to put an end to this violence. It's time to put an end to the lack of indigenous representation in political spaces.
This year, the number of indigenous candidates has reached a record high, 37% more than in the last campaign. Sonia Guajajara's hope? To make sure that, at last, her people have strong representation.